Oh!
Can we just talk about how Dead by Daylight isn't a complete sausage fest?
That was a little gruesome, a little disgusting, but low-key I really like that.
See, the game was released 2016, and I just started the game back a few years ago. But man, I was completely infatuated by it. Its unique horror and chase mechanic of one killer hunting down 4 survivors working together, trying to escape by repairing generators, and powering up the exit gates to escape is an incredibly genius idea, and it creates for insane amounts of replayability. This was an instant hit for me, but the longer hours I put in the game, the more I started to notice this community has a vast amount of female gamers. Like, a lot. But why? This isn't a complaint or anything. I actually prefer this balanced audience over... But why this game? In my opinion, it isn't a far shot to say that most girls love the horror genre, and what does this game have a lot of? A lot of horror icons. You got characters from Halloween, Scream, Chucky, Nightmare on Elm Street, Alien, Saw, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and The Ring. Not to mention video game horror icons from Silent Hill, Resident Evil, and Castlevania. All these characters have unique abilities usable in-game with detailed lore about them and what brought them to the fog. It's so crazy. Even my brother's girlfriend called me playing DBD one day. She asked about the game. Once I started to show her how to play, her eyes lit up. Next thing you know, 2 days later, apparently she downloaded the game on PC and now has regular Discord calls with her girlfriends playing the game together. Just wow, but that's on a personal note. What does the internet think about it? Well, my curiosity took the best of me, and I looked it up. Lo and behold, there was a discussion about this 2 years ago on r/Dead by Daylight. They had some very interesting takes. No voice chat, a lot of women characters, who I love, cute skins, plus I'm a huge horror fan. As a woman, it's because there's no voice chat with randoms. Somehow it feels more welcoming when you're not being harassed for talking. This is big, yes. Dead by Daylight opted for a no in-game or post-game voice chat. The way you talk to players is through the post-game chat, a very interesting feature that shoots most online toxicity in the foot. As a woman playing DBD, no clue. I never thought to avoid certain games because of my gender, but I'm also not interested in games such as COD or PvP in general, DBD being the only exception. I play DBD because when I tried it out, it was more fun than I expected, and it still mostly remains fun. Characters being customizable is a big bonus. As a survivor, I enjoy helping my team, and I'm learning looping so I can enjoy that side of it too. As a killer, I enjoy practicing my killer powers. Gotta say, long distance hatchets are very satisfying. See, I 100% agree with this comment. DBD creates this amazing high-stakes game of tag that rewards players through perks, unlockable characters, and extensive amounts of customizable gear for both survivors and killers, which are of course rewarded through playtime and completed challenges. Because women love making montages with Blight. Okay, yeah, that's funny. Okay, so that was 2 years ago. What about recently? Earlier this year, the real Bat Blocks asked a similar question. Why does DBD have the largest female player base than any other game? To paraphrase a lot of these comments, boom, no voice chat, anonymous mode made it better, having people alt F4 because you heard a woman. Okay, so it's similar and really identical from 2 years ago. horror, no voice. Wait, this is new. And a pretty big collection of female characters that aren't just sex models. This is big true, very true. A lot of girl survivors vary from shapes and sizes, cute to downright fugly. You get more of a realistic cast of female characters that don't shove fan service in your face every second, especially for a quick buck. Okay, from all that, it's kind of easy to summarize why Dead by Daylight has such a huge female player base. No voice chat and anonymous mode. Though it's sad there's a lack of voice chat and there's ability to hide your gamertag, it really does help against online harassment, such as Alt F4ing and kicking founding in most other games. Though you'll get toxic post-game chats here and there, it's generally inconsistent and mostly civil. The replayability. Dead by Daylight can be used as a fun, relaxing option, psychological competitive experience. The mind games and the ankle breaking in the game are absolutely addicting. There's a large amount of perks that are given to players to complement some nasty, even downright crazy playstyles. I spent countless hours theory crafting some really fun builds because of this, and even borrowed some from amazing streamers. Like the time a killer tried to bleed me out on the ground by leaving me, but I had a perk called Unbreakable, a perk that'll allow me to pick myself up from a fallen state. Once the killer left me at the end game, I used Unbreakable, picked myself up, and ran out through the exit gate. The Taco Hagasaki special. Shout out to the boyoid.
Up out of there. Well, she just made the biggest mistake of her lousy career. What is happening? Watch out, let me get some. Good morning. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. They made it out. They didn't have Soul Guard. That's why they picked up. Yeah. Best build of all time, by the way, chat. I told you once, I told you twice. Over 9 million views on my build. Great value, real value. You know what I'm saying? We all made it out.
Lastly, the sheer amount of content and special timed events. Behavior. The game's dev team had came a long way with their updates and new content. Yes, there is room for improvement, but as a person coming from playing dead games, this is always great to see. Snowball events where you get to hide in moving snowmen and throw snowballs at each other. Lights out where the map is completely covered in darkness, making for some very terrifying moments. 2v8 where 2 killers and 8 survivors on a huge map fighting for survival. And that's just a couple. You get amazing collaborations that you don't really see, like Iron Maiden, legendary horror manga Junji Ito, Stranger Things, that and adding new Mori finishers, cosmetic and badges, and potentially more to come. So yeah, I can see why DBD isn't a sausage fest. Do you guys agree? If so, like the video, leave a comment, and be sure to stick around for the next one.